Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lehman. So today is the start of the doll repaint video. So the first thing I need to explain to everybody here is that before I start this, if you want to do this to a doll and you are a child, please get mommy and daddy's permission first. Do not go and do this on your own because you're going to be messing with some very dangerous objects like a Zacto knife, and you get their help with everything that it has to do with the dangerous part of the doll. Number two, if you are going to dye these dolls, just know that you have a risk of dyeing your house. And that means your walls and stuff. And if you live in an apartment, I suggest that if you can't do it outside, I suggest you find another way of doing it. Find somebody you know on the house, yeah, and let them outside. Now, before we start doing anything crazy, the first thing I wanted to let you guys know is this doll will be done in different stages. So I will show you as much as I can. I can't show you everything like every single paint time, every time I come on to paint. So that won't happen. So I will skip time as it goes through the video. Okay, now my next little warning for everybody who do this: if you do this, you do this at your own risk. Just know you can destroy your own doll. Number three, but hey, it's your money, so you choose the way you do it. Now the next one, I'm going to answer a few questions as I go. Now the first thing I want to know is somebody asked me a question about they tried to paint their Barbie dolls, but it didn't come out right. The paint started peeling, the paint started messing up. Number one, if you're going to paint a Barbie doll, Barbie dolls have a film. There's something about a Barbie body that most people don't know about. On a Barbie's body, especially the 12-inch ones, there's a film. I don't know what this film is or what the heck it's supposed to do. It just makes the body all nice and shiny. Now the head, once you do the acetone and spray it down with sealant, it usually works. But for some weird reason, the body seems to be covered in a film. I don't know what that film is. Now, when it comes to that film, you can get rid of that film. What you do is, if you own like a nail kit, like for fingernails, there usually be a block that comes in there. If you buy like the professional one, there's like a little sanding block, and then of course you can always just go to any hardware store and purchase the proper block hardware store and purchase the proper paint to use for this little thing. So yeah. So as you are painting, and before you paint the Barbie's body, you need to scuff it. I hate to break that to you guys. You got to scuff it. And I suggest you find the finest sandpaper you can and you scuff that top layer off. Once that's off, the body should be able to take the paint without a problem. Now, beware of the one with the rubber legs. Rubber does not take paint very good. You literally have to find a paint that will work with rubber, because rubber is so squishy and movable. It can be difficult to paint. So when it comes to rubber, some people tell you you can dye it. I've never tried dyeing rubber, I'm afraid to put rubber in hot water because hot water is screaming hot. Yeah, and you don't want to burn nobody. So yeah. But other than that, that's something that you guys should try. If you want to paint the Barbie doll body, a 12-inch Barbie doll, you must remove that layer of film that's on top of that Barbie before you can paint with acrylic paint. So why? Because remember, acrylic paint is a water-based paint. So water, when it gets on a Barbie body, what does it do? It bead off. That's because of what is on the body. Now this is Monster High body, and maybe the Barbie dolls that are just made in this year. But most of the time, you don't have to go through all that. You can pretty much find the dark color one. So, but if you're gonna do a fantasy color one, like I said, scuff the body before you actually paint it. So what do you guys say we get back to this? So I'm gonna show you guys. I had already started her head here, and I'm sorry about the glare, guys. See, yeah. Now, one thing about rule number one when you're cutting open her head, do not use the hairline, guys. Don't use the hairline Because if you cut on the hairline, guess what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to cut into the face. I don't want to ever cut into this doll's face. I literally want to cut off the hairline. Literally. So, yeah, do not cut on the hairline. So, that's something that you really need to pay attention to if you're doing this. Guys, I am so sorry. I'm trying to figure out these freaking lights. This thing is going crazy. But yeah, so you once you cut open the head, cut above the ears, above the hairline, above the ears. This is your head cap right there. Now, when it comes to this girl, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys a little bit lower so you guys can see, so I don't have to lift her up because she needs to be sitting down on the logo. Guys, believe me when I say that. She must be sitting down on the logo. Okay, so here's my head, and I've already started cutting. And what I'll do is I cut all the way around. And I use an X-Acto knife because I can control more with the X-Acto knife than I can. It's faster with a Dremel, but I like to control my stuff before I cut it. So I will continue. And here's the thing. If you guys, if it's a like really hard head, boiling water, plop it in there for a few minutes. She'll get nice, mushy, and soft. And you got yourself a soft head to work with. So I'm going to continue. And if you want to get the head off, same way. I'm going to continue to cut. And as you can see, she's coming. So what I want to do is leave this head cap on. That way, if I leave it on, I don't have to worry about using super glue for her. And because I don't have to worry about using super glue for her, I don't have to fret about her. Now, I'm going to show you what her eyes look like inside. And that's her. See that? That is what her eyes look like inside. Now, this plastic here has to go. If you are going to cut, if you're going to open her head up. Now, the reason why I remove my eye, that little back plastic back there, is because I want the option that if I ever decide to change this doll in any way, I have the option that I can change your eyes out, okay? So this is why I do this. A lot of people say you can just heat up the face and pop the eyes in. I'm not going through all that. That's a struggle in itself, no. So and I feel that will mess up the face paint anyway. But the eyes coming out the back of the head, however, does not. Now, the one thing I always do is make sure I'm very careful. And I'm going to try to show you guys as much as I can, but this is not going to work. So what I do is I score this. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. I'll punch a hole in it first. Watch your hand, guys. And do yourself, please, 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 if you're doing this, make sure you do not cut the face. Use the eye holes as an indicator. Like I said, what I do is I cut this thing by making holes in them. Now, this is going to be tough, guys. And pay attention to where the knife is. Do not cut the eyes. What I do is I cut a big T in the eyes holes in the back of the head. Because once you cut that T in, what you can do, you have opened it up. I cut a T, and guys, I can't show you everything. But yeah, that's basically what I do. And like I said, I always use this. You can use a Dremel tool, like I said, but no. That way I can watch as the eye, see what I mean? Here, stuck in the back of her eye. And I make a T in there. I cut it up and down. I make a slit to the back of the eye. Sometimes the head cap get on your nerves, get on my nerves sometimes, but I try not to remove it at all because sometimes I get pissed off and actually remove it. And I try to stay within the eye hole itself. I do not, like I said, guys, Make sure you don't cut the eye. Now, I'm going to show you what I mean by T. And I'm going to cut one of the holes out. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now that you got your T cut into your eye, you can start removing that back area of that. Because that is useless to you. And like I said, be very careful at this point. And as you can see, I'm going to show you guys, see? I'm starting to cut it out. And that's what you want. Basically, be very careful. Do not cut the eye, like I said, the eye hole itself. Now, make sure, now let me make one thing clear to you, everybody. When you're doing this, the head's going to be very squishy because you no longer have the support of that back plate. And you will continue to cut around this eye until it starts looking like this. Like I said, you only want that piece out of there. Do not go through the eye, guys. Do not stab that through and try to cut because you will cut the eye. If you want to change the eye shape, that's the only time you do that. But since I don't want to change her eye shape, all I want to do is take this plastic off. I just continue to cut around in a circle around her eye. And this takes a little time, guys. Believe that. And if your dog got, like I said, it has that really, really hard head, literally just dunk her in some heat her up. That's all you got to do. And you literally just going to keep going until you trim that eye. And as you can see, her eye is pretty trimmed already. Damn light. I'm sorry, y'all. This light is so annoying. I swear it is. I don't know why it is so bright in here. And so basically, this is what you get. As you can see, the eye has been cut out, but it has not been removed. So I'm going to go ahead and remove it. A sawing back and forth motion works, and there's a piece of plastic. And what you get is your eye is open. That chip is gone and the eye is open. They put that on there to protect the eyes when you first get the doll. But like I said, I don't care much for it. And basically what I do is I try and ow, see what I mean? Ow. You got to be very careful, guys, because you will stab yourself if you don't. I try to get as much of this out of here as possible when it comes to doing her eyes. And I go little bit at a time, teeny weeny pieces at a time. So this is how you remove the eye hole in the back of the eye. First thing you do is you score the piece of plastic in a big T. Then you start going, you stab your thing back in there, and where you started the T at, you just start cutting there. Just make sure you don't hit the face, and you start cutting into the plastic. And you will slowly trim it out, little piece by little piece. And I promise you guys, this does work. As many times as I do it, and this allows me to basically have it where my doll has the option of me changing her eye out. And I like that idea. Now you can cut this down a little lower, just by cutting into the plastic, and just continue taking little tiny pieces of that plastic off. Now you can leave it once you get the back part out. Like I said, it's impossible to show this, but you can leave it if you want to. Now you see, the eye is gone. The eye backing is gone. And basically with that little bit of info, with that little bit of minimum work, you have literally carved yourself eye holes in your doll that you can remove the eyes. Now, I try not to remove too much of it, especially the side area, because that can really, really help you when it comes to putting your eye in. Now, the eye mold here is round, so her eyes are going to be round. Now, you can put others in there, but it means you have to trim more out. But yeah. So, guys, it's getting 15 minutes. It has hit 15 minutes on the thing. Now, like I said, if you guys want to cut this whole backing off, you can. The issue is you're going to have to put glue on it to restore it. But I don't want to do that for this doll. I want her to, like I said, I want the option of changing out of her eyes. So I don't want her to be completely covered up. So I'm going to keep carving this girl out. And the next time I come on here, I'm going to be bringing you guys the repaint, the painting, because the paint will start immediately after I'm done with this. And like I said, if you cut them out, that little small piece of plastic, it will come out just fine. And this is what she should look like. This one right here still has some cutting to do. But yeah, once you got that backing out, you should be just fine. And you should have holes in your head where your eyes are. Be careful of the eyes, guys, when you're doing this. Be very careful of the knife itself. But other than that, yes, guys, that is how I do it. I literally remove almost all of my dolls are like this. I do not keep the eyes in. The only ones sometimes I cut out the eyes of the ones that got eyes in them, that comes to me with eyes in them. But it's worth it in the end because I have a good backing for my eyes. And I'm going to show you guys how to put the eyes back in. I don't damage the eyes because unfortunately, guys, I hate to break this to you, sealant will damage your doll's eyes. Spray sealant, I don't know, it makes them cloudy or something. And you cannot take that eye and actually put eye stuff on. Girl, to speak of much English? Jeez. Um, sorry, guys. Sometimes I get so dang tongue-tied, it's ridiculous. Acetone. You cannot put acetone on those eyes. I will warn everybody, do not try to put acetone on a doll's eyes. I mean, you can paint these eyes because some are actually glass. And I like the glass ones. They're very beautiful. But you cannot put acetone on a doll's eyes because for some reason, because it's glass, it will damage the glass. So, guys, I'm going to call it quits on this one. It is 18 minutes. And I will see you in the next video. And the next video will start with her doll repaint. And I'll show you all the materials that you need in order to do this doll repaint. And I hope you guys like the help I gave you with the Barbie dolls. Like I said, if you want to paint a Barbie doll body, you need to remove the film that's on top. The ones with the rubber legs, no. The ones without the rubber legs, or better yet, a made-to-move body or the movable bodies, you need to remove the film that's on top of the skin before you can put the paint on. Or go to a auto supply store and buy paint made for plastic and use the spray paint. But do not spray paint in your house, and do not spray paint around children. If you're going to spray paint something, spray paint it outside. And if you have a house, you're okay, but I suggest you not try it in an apartment because they will make you pay for this stuff. So, guys, it's getting almost 20 minutes, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, guys, peace out, love you, and I will see you in your next repaint video.